Hello ladies and gentlemen, in today's video we will dive deep into the new world of presentations. Animated icons, full screen video background, drop down menu, animated characters, zoomable maps, QR codes, mouse over animations, and all of that in one presentation experience. Let's go!
That's good.
Alright guys, so usually in this part of the video, I say let's jump into PowerPoint, but today we'll be jumping into Visme, an online presentation creation tool. And I want to say huge thanks to the whole Visme team for creating such an innovative tool and for allowing us to explore all of its features. Additionally, super thanks to Visme for sponsoring today's video and supporting OneScale channel. Alright, so Visme is a pretty versatile tool that helps you to create many things, but since this channel is all about presentations, let's see how easy it is to create a presentation in Visme. So if you'd like to save some time, you can start with a presentation template. There are hundreds to choose from. Additionally, Visme has these 4 big mega templates: modern, simple, creative, and pitch deck. And what's awesome about these huge templates is that all of the slides inside them are grouped into categories, such as title, introduction, timeline, and others, and all of that really helps to save some time when creating a presentation. Just click on New Slide, pick a category that you want, then pick a slide that you like the most, and click Insert. That's how easy it is. But as you know, I like to create my presentations from scratch, and Visme has this button, Custom Size, and here I have inserted my pixel values for dimensions. That's HD size, and I have clicked this magic button Create, and skadoosh, here's my final presentation. And actually I have created 2 presentations, one with a light theme and one with a dark theme, and since these 2 presentations are identical, let's just focus on the dark theme and let's see what kind of magic is waiting for us. Alright, and here comes our first slide, and right away we can see some magical stuff going on. As you can see, we have this beautiful animated icon. In the background we have this full screen photo that we can easily replace. Here at the top right corner we have this fully functional drop down menu, that's awesome. And here on the other side we have a logo that can be easily replaced on all of the slides. Here is a vertical footer, and here is a slide number that updates automatically. And this gray bar on the left side has a subtle shadow just for fun. And here at the bottom we have some additional controls. We can move through the slides by clicking on these little arrows or using this little menu. And here on the right we have a few more functions, so let me just click on the zoom button and let's enjoy the full screen experience. Alright, and here comes our second slide. It's a single photo slide layout. We can easily replace this photo and use filters to desaturate or change the hue. And here on the left side we have this dynamic graph, which is set to 55%, and by the way, this Learn More button is active as well. I have set it to point to my website, and as you can see, it's working. So let's get back to Visme and let's continue the experience. Okay, next we have a photo grid slide layout, and what's awesome about this photo grid is that Visme gives you plenty of choices, so you can find a grid that you like and you don't have to do it manually. And here on the left side we have this little animated camera. That's nice. Alright, and next we have a slide where a lot is going on. We have a video background, we have this animated avatar, and we have this animated icon. By the way, you can change the avatar, the video background, or the animated icon. Everything is customizable. And next we have one more impressive slide with animated illustrations, animated character, and animated chart. As you can see, everything is customizable as I'm using the light blue-green color. And what's awesome is that you can move your mouse over this chart and you will get the data labels. So that's the next level interactivity. And now let's enjoy this awesome slide with a device mockup. And what's awesome about this mockup is that despite the fact that you can easily change the photo inside, we have this mouse over animation. As you can see, the animation starts only when we move our mouse over the watch. That's a really awesome feature by Visme, mouse over animations. Alright, so finally we have this beautiful contact us slide. There's a lot of things going on the left side, but first let's check out the zoomable map on the right. We can drag it left or right or zoom in as much as we want. By the way, it's Vilnius, the capital city of Lithuania, my hometown. And here on the left side we have this animated icon, we have some social icons, we have this Learn More button, and as well we have this QR code. So let's check out if this QR code is working. Let me grab my phone. And yes, my camera is recognizing this QR code, which leads to my website. Everything is working according to the plan. Okay, and let's test out the drop-down menu. Let's see if it works. So let's just click on it. Here we have all of the slides. We can come back to the starting slide. Here it is. Now let's try jumping to a different slide, for example, photo grid. That's awesome. Everything is working. That's beautiful. And now let's try out charts. Here we have this animated character and this interactive chart. That's beautiful. Okay, and let's jump back to the video background slide. Alright, everything is working smooth as butter. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am super impressed with what you can do in Visme. I hope you're too. Now let me exit the presentation mode and let me show you how we can customize a couple of these slides. So first of all, let me quickly introduce to you the interface of Visme. So here on the left side we have a lot of interesting things that we can insert into our slides. We have icons, animated icons, photos, videos, maps, device mockups, QR codes, and many more interesting things that I will do my best to cover in this video. And here in the center we have our main slide window, and the canvas size or the slide size that I'm using is 9020 by 1080. And here on the right side we have our slide list, and if you'd like to rearrange any of the slides, you can select any of those slides, drag it and drop it just like that. And if you're collaborating with more people, you can insert comments. That's awesome as well. And as well, we can activate the object list, and this way we can see all of the shapes that exist on our slide. Those little eye and lock icons are really useful when you want to hide or lock any of those objects. That's awesome. Alright, so let's jump back to our first slide and let's see what else we can find here. And here in the middle we have a couple of text boxes and this animated icon. And all of these guys are grouped into one group. As you can see, we have this blue line all around this group. And to access individual elements, we can just right click and choose ungroup. But I prefer leaving everything grouped and just double click on any of those elements to access them. So for example, we can just double click on this animated icon and let's replace it. Let's choose a different animated icon. And as you can see, we have a lot of animated icons to choose from. So let's just pick one of them. For example, this heart. Let's click on it and it instantly replaces our previous animated icon. That's awesome. Now let's check out the slide on the full screen. Let me just click once to start the animation, and here we have our text boxes and this new animated icon. That's awesome. We can even jump to the settings of this heart and set the desired number of repetitions. Now it's set to 1, let's set it to 2, and we can adjust the speed as well. Let's make it slower just for fun. And as you remember, I had to click once to start this animation, so let me go to animation options. Currently we have this fly from left animation applied to our group. So let's make sure that this animation is started not by a click, but it's animated at time 0 seconds, which basically means it will start automatically. So now let's check it out. As you can see, the animation plays automatically. And now we have a couple of repetitions of this animated heart, and it's animated at a slower speed. Everything is working wonderfully. Alright guys, so next let me show you how we can customize the background. Just right click and choose background. Let's remove the current background. And as you can see, we can fill our background with a solid fill, but we can as well add a photo. So let's just make it more fun and let's add a photo from the photo library. Visme has more than 1 million photos in their library, so I'm sure you'll find something that fits your needs. Let's just search for mountains at night. And let's just click on this photo. And the photo gets instantly inserted. That's super awesome. We can adjust how it looks like. We can drag it up and down. We can as well go to scale options and scale this photo, and now we can drag it any way that we wish and position it the way we want it, just like that. We can as well go to filters and apply different filters to our background photo if we wish. But let's keep it original and let's go to edit and let's reduce the brightness of this photo so that the text is much more readable. And we can as well increase the contrast. Looking good. And now let's check out the slide on the full screen. Skadoosh, ladies and gentlemen, and here we have a custom photo background with adjusted brightness and contrast levels. That's awesome. Now let me show you how we can replace this diamond logo that is visible on all of the slides. So to replace this logo on all of the slides, all we have to do is jump to this tab called My Files, and here you should find your logo that you're currently using. And now let's just click on this small cogwheel icon. And now all we have to do is click on this replace button and let me upload a new file, controller SVG, and make sure that your new logo has the same dimensions as the previous one so that nothing gets distorted. And this way we have easily replaced the logo. That's awesome. Okay, so let's see what else do we have on the first slide. We still have this drop-down menu, but we will cover it a little bit later on. And I think we can jump to slide number 2. Actually, before that, let me talk about the slide transitions. So we can just right-click on any of the slides and click on Change Transition. And since my slide design has this vertical bar on the left side and this drop-down menu on the right, I have chosen not to use slide transitions and just animate single objects on each of the slide. As you can see in the animation pane, we can animate everything or single objects. So to demonstrate these slide transitions, let me actually jump to one of the Visme's templates. So here we have a couple of slides. And now let me just go to animations. We can select any of the objects and click animate. And this way we jump to animation pane. So here we have this tab everything, which basically means slide transitions. And now we can just apply this enter from side slide transition to all of the slides. And now we can check out this slide transition on the full screen, and it looks pretty awesome. It looks like a parallax effect because different elements are moving at different speeds. That's awesome. Okay, so now I think we can jump back to our presentation and let's go to slide number 2. So here we have a single photo slide layout, and we can easily replace this photo on the right side. Let's just select it and click this button, replace. And now we can choose any photo that we wish. For example, this one. Looking good. Alright, and here on the left side we have something really interesting. We have this data widget, which is set to 55%, and of course you can set it to any percentage that you wish. Let me show you where you can find these beautiful data widgets. Let's just go to data, and here we have data widgets. So let's try inserting a new data widget, for example, this vertical one. Alright, and as you can see, this widget automatically grabs our brand colors. I'm using this light green-blue color, I think it's called Teal. And let's just adjust the value to 55, just for fun. And now let's check it out on the full screen. What have we created so far? Okay, so one thing I noticed that pretty much all of the elements are animated, but this newly inserted widget has no animations. So this group has this fly from left animation. So let's make sure that we select our new widget and let's add a fly in animation as well. Let's choose, for example, from top, and let's make sure that it starts on click, just for fun. So this group should fly in automatically from the left side, and this newly inserted widget should appear only after a click. Okay, so let's test it out. Let's click once, and here comes our newly inserted widget. Super awesome. Alright guys, so next let me show you how we can create this Learn More button. So this Learn More button is just a simple text box with a border. So let's just double click this text box. And if you'd like to add a border, let's just go to Edit and let's click on More. And here we have this tab, Fill in Border. So here you can set the color of your border. You can set the thickness. You can as well set the fill color. I'm using transparent fill, so no fill. And now we can go to Actions, and here we can set the hyperlinks. So type in your website, you can decide to open up in the current tab or new tab, and just click Apply. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alright guys, you're doing wonderful, and now let's jump to the slide number 3. And here again we have this awesome animated icon, we have Learn More button, but here on the right side we have something interesting, we have a photo grid. We can easily change all of these photos inside of this grid. But let me actually delete this grid and let's insert a new one. So let's just go to Basics tab, and here we have this button, Photo Grid. Now we have a couple of categories. Let's just go to Shapes and let's try out this one that looks like a 3D cube. That looks awesome. Alright, let's place it wherever we want. And now we can just click on any of those cactuses and insert our own photos. And as always, you can drag and reposition how those photos look inside of the frame. And we can as well go to Range and send this photo grid to back so that it is behind the text boxes and behind the drop-down menu. Alright, and everything is looking beautiful. We can as well add animations. Let's go to Animate and let's choose Fly In from Right. Okay, and now let's check out how this slide looks like right now. So now we have this beautiful 3D photo grid. That's awesome. Alright ladies and gentlemen, let's move on, let's go to slide number 4. And here we have this awesome video background and this animated avatar, so let's start with this avatar, let's select it, and let's just go first of all to poses. As you can see we have different moods that we can apply to this avatar, that's awesome. Now let's try replacing this avatar, let's go to Avatars, and here we have a couple of categories, let's go to Formal, and let's for example choose this one. Alright. Looking good. And I think we can change the background of this avatar. So let's go to colors. Let's find the background color and let's replace it with our brand color. That's awesome. Alright, and for the video, let's just delete the current video. And now let's just go to Media, Videos, and let me just insert this abstract animated video background. Now let's make sure that this video has the same height as our slide, and our slide height is 1080 pixels, so let's insert the same number for the video height. And now let's make sure that we align this video to middle and center of the slide. That's good. And as well, let's go to arrange options and let's send this video to back so that it is behind the rest of the objects. We can as well jump to video settings and make sure that everything is the way we want it to be. For example, video plays automatically. That's awesome. And now let's check it out on the full screen. Congratulations. Now you have your new video background and your new animated avatar. Looking beautiful. Alright guys, so let's continue to slide number 5. And on slide number 5, we have a lot of things going on. We have this animated character. We have this special effect or animated illustration. And we have a chart. So let's start with a special effect. Let's just go to replace. And now let's pick a new special effect that we'd like to insert. So for example, this one. Looking good. And if we change our mind, we can easily select any other special effect that we wish. For example, this one. 3, 2, 1. Nice animation. Let me just reposition this special effect so that it is below the slide title. We can check it out on the full screen how it looks like. Looking good. Alright my friends, now let's customize this animated character. So let's select him, let's go to poses and let's try out a new pose. For example, announce. Looking good. And as well we can change the colors of our character. Let's go to custom and let's change the color of his hoodie. Let's make it yellow. Looking good. Alright, and here on the right side we have a chart and we can easily change the chart type. We have many chart types to choose from. And we can as well easily change the data inside of the chart, and as you can see, once I insert new values, the chart updates automatically. That's super awesome. You can as well import data from Google Sheets, Excel, Google Analytics, and in the settings tab you can find additional options such as turning on the legend. That's awesome. Alright my friends, let's jump to slide number 6, and here we have an animated icon and a smartwatch mockup with this hand gesture animation inside. And I think these gesture animations are really awesome. If you'd like to find more of these gesture animations, you can go to graphics and go to gestures. And what's really interesting about this slide is that this gesture animation starts playing only when we move our mouse over this smartwatch. And that is because I have added a pop-up action that shows the gesture animation once our mouse hovers over the smartwatch. And now let me show you how we can set it up step by step. So first of all, let's select the smartwatch. Let's go to actions. Let's remove this action so that we can start from scratch. And if we would play the presentation right now, as you can see, the gesture animation is playing on itself. It doesn't really matter if we're moving the mouse over the watch because there's no mouse over action applied to the watch. So let's make sure that we select the watch. Let's go to actions, let's go to pop-up. And now for the pop-up content, let's find our gesture animation. Here it is. And let's make sure that it is activated on hover or mouse over. That's good. Let's click apply and let's check it out on the full screen once again. And as you can see, the gesture animation remains hidden unless we move the mouse over the watch. So I think that's a really cool feature, mouse over animations. I'm sure you could come up with many creative uses for it. Alright my friends, and now it's the time to jump to our last slide, slide number 7. And on this slide we have a zoomable map on the right side and a QR code on the left side. So if you'd like to insert a map like this, you would have to go to the Apps tab, scroll down a little bit, and here at the bottom you have the Google Maps. So just click on it and you would have a map like that. And in the map settings, you can of course insert your desired address, and as well you can set the starting zoom level. Alright, so let's check it out on the full screen and let's see how this map behaves. We can drag it up and down, right to left. We can zoom in as much as we want. That's awesome. We have a fully functional Google Maps on the right side. That's awesome. And here on the left side, we have animated icon. We have some social icons. You can select any of them, go to actions and insert website address. That's awesome. And here at the bottom, we have something really interesting. We have a QR code. So let's just go to settings. Currently, this QR code is linking to visme.com. Let me insert oneskill.com and let's click on update code. Alright, so the QR code has been updated and now let's check it out on the full screen. And let me use my phone and check if this QR code is working. And as you can see, my phone camera is recognizing this QR code and it is directing me to oneskill.com, so everything is working just fine. Alright my friends, and one more thing that I would like to talk about in this video is this drop-down menu. And this drop-down menu was created by combining what we have already learned, mouse over animations and hyperlinks. And the only difference is that instead of mouse over, I have used a click. So once I click on the hamburger menu, this menu with a list of slides will appear. So let me just remove this action for now and let me show you how it looks like without this action. So let's just remove this action. And if we would play the presentation right now, as you can see, the menu is expanded right away and nothing really happens when I click on this hamburger menu. Alright, so let's get back to the normal view. Let's select our hamburger menu. Let's go to actions. Let's choose pop-up. And now let's look for group number 5 because this is our expanded menu. Okay, let's make sure that the pop-up will be shown on click, and now let's check it out on the full screen. And now as you can see, the hamburger menu is working as expected. And now all of these text boxes inside of the expanded menu are just simple links as this Learn More button. The only difference is that Learn More button is linking to a website and these text boxes in the menu are linking to different slides. That's all of the magic. Alright everyone, that was all for this video. Congratulations, now you know how you can create a next level presentation in Visme. Thank you for watching, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you on my next video.